Hi, Capricorn. Welcome to Pandora Astrology's monthly horoscope for March of 2021. Well, Saturn is really busy traveling along the sign of Aquarius this year, which is a place where it loves to be. And the place where Saturn falls in your own chart is going to tell you something about where Saturn will bring its pressure to discipline yourself and take life seriously this year. It'll be there all year. For you, that's probably going to be the second house, or it might actually be the first house. If Saturn is falling in your second house, then you're looking at a year of financial self-discipline, where you have got to organize yourself and pay attention to the details and just really take your finances seriously. And you might feel like you have to tighten your belt too. And then if it's actually in the first house, then you're really looking at the feeling that your reputation is on the line this year, that you should be taking yourself seriously and projecting yourself into the world in the way that you want to be seen, hopefully as a collected together professional person. So you can find out more about what Saturn is up to this year on our 2021 news playlist on our YouTube channel, Pandora Astrology. But for now, we're going to take a look at the faster moving planets like Mars and Mercury and Venus. And we're also going to take a look at the moons this month. Hey, Julia, what is Mars up to for Capricorns this month?
That's a good question, Jamie. Well, hey there, Capricorn. So Mars is the planet of action. It's the planet of activity. And it's also a very feisty planet too. And at the very beginning of the month on March 3rd, Mars is going to go into your sixth house. And this is the house of work. This is also the house of health. It's going to be here for the rest of the month. So Mars in the sixth house means that you could be applying a lot of energy at your job during this time, but you could also be running into conflicts too with the people that you work with, whether they're your bosses, whether they're coworkers or clients. And since the sixth house also does rule health, if you do have any chronic conditions, such as headaches or infections and inflammations, they could kind of be acting up a little bit too. So make sure you get lots of rest and take care of yourself. Then Mercury, the planet of communication and mentation, starts the month in Aquarius, which is your second house of money and possessions. And we're still recovering from the retrograde cycle that took place last month. And if you want to learn more about what that was like, you should check out our videos from February. But it starts the month in your second house of possessions. And then by March 6th, it's going to start speeding up again. And while it's the first couple of weeks it's here, you're going to be spending a lot of time thinking about your money, your values, as well as the things that you own. They might be taking up a lot of your attention. This is a wonderful time for buying and selling things because that's stuff that Mercury rules. And this is your second house. So if you got an old futon you wouldn't want to put on Craigslist, it's probably a good idea now. Then on March 15th, Mercury is going to jump into your third house. And this is Mercury's house, the house of communication. So that's a wonderful transit for any type of writing you might need to do, as well as any type of public speaking as well. The third house also rules our neighborhood. So you could just really be a busy bee going around your neighborhood, getting through your to-do list, doing lots of errands. And then the last planet I want to talk about is Venus, the planet of art, beauty, and relationships. She begins the month in the sign of Pisces, which is your third house of communication. And she's going to stay here until about the 21st. And that means she's going to be adding a little bit of pleasure, a little bit of luck in your ability to communicate well with other people too, which is going to be nice when Mercury and Venus are in the third house at the same time. So you can be extra diplomatic now, also in the way you communicate with other people. And if you have any brothers or sisters, which are also ruled by the third house, then you should be getting along pretty well with them. Then on March 21st, she's going to move into your fourth house of family and home. And then she's going to be bringing her pleasure and a little bit of luck into your house and among your family too. So wonderful time for getting along well with your relatives and a wonderful time to beautify your home as well, like paint a room or do a nice home project that makes your house more beautiful.
Yeah, Venus loves that. Well, we've got a couple of moons to talk about, and Venus is actually involved with both of them. The first one happens on the 13th, and that is a new moon in Pisces. Here's a good illustration of it there in your third house. We're calling this one Dreams of Partnership because it's in Pisces, which is all about dreams and imagining and bringing things forth from your imagination. And then because it also involves Juno by a square and Venus by a conjunction, there's a lot of relationship themes going on with this moon, which for you falls in the house of communication. So working out stuff in your relationship through your communication and modulating the emotion that you bring into that is going to be really important under this moon. You'll notice the effects of a moon usually for about the 3 days surrounding that moon, and this one's happening on the 13th. The second moon that's happening is coming on the 28th, and that is a full moon in Libra. And right here it is with the sun in your 4th house and the moon in your 10th house. We're calling this one love and healing because of the involvements of Venus and Chiron. And those are both here clustered with the sun in the 4th house. So bringing more attention to those themes that Julia was mentioning about, you know, creating beauty and quality relationships in your home, in your domestic sphere. And then Chiron's presence brings up that theme of healing as well. And then the moon in Libra is pulling some energy and some attention and some emotion as well out away from home into the workplace, causing some dynamic tension between those two arenas. Then a little bit earlier in the month, we have the sun changing signs, which it does, shifting into Aries. And so that's basically the equinox. The spring equinox is happening and Aries season is beginning. And that brings the spotlight to your 4th house of home and family, domestic life, heritage, and roots, and paves the way for Venus to arrive there. Chiron is already there, as you can see. And this is really like the new year for all of us. The season of Aries is kind of the beginning of the year in a lot of ways. And it's when the energy starts to surge up, and it's when we really kind of kick the rest of the winter blues to the curb. So I want to also add that, as we've been saying for a couple of months now, March is a really good time for starting big projects this year. And that's because Mercury retrograde is over, and also none of the outer planets are retrograde. They are all direct. So it's all systems go for those big projects that you might want to do, like buy a home or sign a lease or buy a car or start a new business or a new job. Anything involving signing a contract and committing to something big, this is a good time to do that. And you can basically ride off of that wonderful spring energy to make a strong beginning. I like to quote Goethe here. He said, "Whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it." So this spring, let's make a little magic. All right. I think that's everything we wanted to say to you, Capricorn. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it widely. You can find us on the web at pandoraastrology.com, where you will find your horoscope and also a monthly forecast. You can get readings, you can take classes, and you'll always find the news of the month on our YouTube channel together in a playlist organized by month. And until next time, we'll see you around the cosmos. Bye.
Bye-bye.